Welcome everyone to Gentle Yoga with Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. Visit us online at urbanyoga.org or at Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook. Check out the schedule, stop by to make contributions of the tip jar, and YouTubers, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you didn't already. We'll start out today in a reclined posture. We're having a discussion about this one after class on Wednesday. So I thought I'd bring it back. Maybe you've done it before with me. Maybe you haven't. It's called Constructive Rest or Active Rest. It's a great meditation posture as well as a great way to begin practice. Lying down on your back, draw your knees in towards your chest. And instead of hugging your knees, which is usually the next cue, let your knees float around. Just let each leg move independently in the hip sockets. Just kind of feeling out how much room there is in the hips. Where might there be some tightness? Make note of that. And one at a time, let each foot plop down on the mat. And you want to have your knees leaning in towards each other and reduce this sensation of effort in your legs. You can do this by scooting your heels out and turning your toes in. So play with little adjustments in the position of your feet. See how effortless or easeful you can get this posture to feel in your lower body. It doesn't have to be completely effortless. How relaxed can you be with your feet planted and your knees leaning in? Once you have that sorted out, onto the hands and the arms, bring your hands to your bottom ribs. So your fingers are on your belly and your thumbs are on your rib cage. Your wrists should be long and open and your elbows resting on the floor. If you want to, you can close your eyes. Bring your attention to your breath, encouraging it to slow down and get deeper just by focusing on it. This posture, Constructive Rest, I learned from my Alexander technique teacher, Cecile Rayner. It gives us a lot of grounding contact, which helps the body relax. It's a nice degree of passive opening in the shoulders and hips, just allowing them to be passive, allowing them to open by being at rest. And the constructive part of Constructive Rest has to do with a couple things. Alignment, the grounding and relaxed position helps align the biggest joints, the hips and shoulders. And having your spine parallel to the ground allows the column, this fluid in your spinal column, to distribute evenly. And let those discs of cartilage between your vertebrae hydrate and expand nice and evenly. By studying practitioners doing this and taking measurements, we've learned that 17 minutes in this posture will bring your spine out to its maximum resting length. And we won't spend 17 minutes of our hour together here. We'll just spend a couple minutes. But it's good to know you can do that. This is what we were discussing after practice the other day, is using this as a posture for meditation. I like to do that by setting a 20-minute timer on my watch or my phone and giving myself those 3 minutes to get situated. I probably end up spending more than 17 minutes lying in the posture, because I don't think it takes me 3 minutes to get here. Probably more than 1, but less than 2. Anyway, it's a great posture for meditating. Scan your body, taking in whatever sensations are present, and especially making note of anything that doesn't feel so good, so that during our practice today, you can keep these things in mind and take care of them by skipping or modifying whatever you might need to. You are in charge of your practice. You can consider everything a suggestion. Breathing is required. But even when I say inhale or exhale, maybe your breaths are longer than mine, maybe they're shorter. We don't all have to breathe in sync. Some movements work better with an inhale, some with an exhale. But maybe you need an additional breath in between the cues. If you wish to set any intention of your own for your personal practice today, you can do that now. Let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. And let's start to move bit by bit. Maybe just wiggle the knees a little. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Whatever movements you want to find. Maybe next, move your hands and feet, ankles and wrists. Let your head move, wake up your neck. Now go ahead and hug your knees to your chest, rock and roll on your back, massage your back against the ground. Extend your left leg down along the mat, hold your right knee in your left hand. Reach your right arm out to the side, palm up, feel your shoulder blades on the floor. Keeping your shoulder blades grounded, draw your knee to the left, turn your head to the right. The closer your knee comes to your torso, the deeper the twist will feel, so you can regulate that sensation for yourself. Bring your head and your knee back to center. Now draw your left knee in, extend and lower your right leg, and your left arm. Draw your knee to the right and turn your head to the left. Come on back up to center. Draw both knees in. Inhale, extend your arms and legs all the way out. Exhale, curl up in a ball. And repeat for a few more rounds of breath at your pace. And let's start to sit up. You can hug your knees and rock front to back, or if you prefer, tip onto one side, press your hands to the floor using your arms to sit up instead. Get comfortable sitting or kneeling if you'd rather. Let your arms hang limp at your sides. Raise your right shoulder towards your ear. Slide it back and let it down. And then your left shoulder up and back and down. Let your chin come down towards your chest. Slowly roll your ear towards your shoulder. Let your head tip back, look up towards the ceiling, on over towards the other shoulder. Gentle, slow circles. Pausing as needed to maybe rock back and forth if you find a tight spot. When you finish the next circle, change direction. And when you finish the next one, look forward again. Inhale, reach out toward the walls. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself, or if you like, you can take eagle arms. If you take eagle arms, reach forward with your elbows and your hands. Inhale, spread your wings. As you exhale, cross the opposite way. Inhale, open up. Exhale, let your arms down and just rest your fingertips out here, keeping long in the spine and in the arms. Inhale, raise your right arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach to your left. Feel for length from your hip all the way up through your fingertips. Inhale to come up. Exhale, come into a twist. Right hand on the floor behind you in line with your spine. Left hand on your right leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, invite your body to twist some more. Working your way up from the waist. Seeing how much twist feels sufficient or helpful. Let that unwind, come through center. Inhale, lift your left arm up. And exhale, reach to the right. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, come into your other seated twist. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist some more. Let the twist unwind, come through center, then make your way up onto your hands and knees. Inhale, draw your heart forward, let your head and tailbone go up. Exhale, draw your heart up and let your head and tailbone come down. Take a few more cow and cat breaths. And come back through table. Reach back, press into the ball of your right foot. On an inhale, reach your left arm forward. If you want, on the next inhale, pick your right foot up and reach straight back in the air through the sole of your foot. And if you want, bend your knee, reach back, see about taking the spine. Grab your foot or ankle, kick against your hand, lift your knee and your chin. Release, lower down, take a few cow and cat breaths. And come back to your table. Reach back, press into the ball of your left foot. On an inhale, reach your right arm forward. Maybe on the next inhale, pick your left foot up, reach straight back. And if you like, bend your knee, reach back, and see about that bind. Release, lower down, and take those cow-cat breaths again. And step your right foot up between your hands and step your left foot up to meet it. Hang out in your forward fold, swaying side to side. Heavy head, heavy arms. Feel the nice lengthening throughout the back of the body. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale out and up. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms up, reach your palms up, look up towards your hands, lift up your heart. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, bend to the right, feeling for length for both arms. Inhale to come up. Exhaling, bend to the left. Inhale to come up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Rest your fingertips on the floor, step your left foot back, runner's lunge. Now, if you like, you can go lower, let the back knee down, uncurl the back toes. Or you can keep this back leg more fully engaged. Inhale, reach forward and up, crescent lunge. And you can always change your mind, shift from the high lunge to the lower or vice versa, anytime. Just listen to your body. Exhale, sink forward, lower your arms parallel to the floor. Inhale, glide back, reach up. This movement can be as big or small with the legs as you want it to be. Just go with the pace of your breath. Be mindful not to let the right knee travel further forward than the right ankle. And if it's doing so, you can scoop your foot forward like I was doing a couple breaths ago there. From the top of that movement, let's twist. First to the left. You can always drop the front hand to the knee for steadiness if needed. Come through center with your hands by your heart. And twist to the right. Come through center, hands by your heart. Bring your hands down to the floor. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Downward facing dog. Pedal your feet up and down. Let your head hang down between your arms. Neck disengaged. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, up again. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Rest your fingertips on the floor and step your right foot back. If you want, let that right knee down, uncurl the right toes. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Exhale, sink forward, lower your arms. Inhale, glide back, raise your arms. And pausing at the top, twist first to the right. Come through center and twist to the left. Come through center, bring your hands down, step your left foot back to your right. Nod your head. Shake your head. Take 3 cleansing breaths and make your way to child's pose. Observe your breath, scan your body, vary the pose in any way needed. Inhale, come forward and back up to table. When you're ready, exhale, push back and up to downward dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. I'm going to grab my blocks. You're welcome to do that if you like. We're going to make our way to lizard pose. And maybe you know whether you need blocks for that or not based on past experience. Step your left foot back. First, we come to a runner's lunge. And let the left knee down, uncurl the left toes. Low lunge. So the first thing or next thing we do for lizard's pose is to move the right hand to the inside of the right foot. So both hands are to the left of the right foot. You want to stay long in the spine here. So I'm lifting my chin, not looking at my block now. Now you can scoot the left knee back and deepen the stance. You can scoot the right foot forward. Wiggle the right foot out by the edge of the mat. And if it feels like there's room to do so, let your knee fall to the right so your foot rocks up onto the outer edge of the foot, or maybe just so the inner edge lifts. Maybe it's not fully on the outer edge. And then we're going to just explore here like we do when we take pigeon pose. This is not quite as tricky as coming into pigeon. Sometimes when you have knee issues, pigeon can be a bit much. But you can walk your hands forward. You can scoot your left knee back. See where your hips want to take it. So just allowing gravity to decide, and the hip, of course. So you might just stay nice and tall like this, or you might come down so your forearms are on your blocks, or maybe even on the floor, depending on you and your hips. Maybe you stay real tall to see where your hips want to go. So we just hang out here breathing. If you like, when you come down lower, if it feels better to let your neck disengage and your head hang, that's fine. And maybe the left knee scoots back some more. Maybe the right knee tips out to the side some more. I don't know if you can see my foot now because of my blocks, but my foot, if I move my blocks, you can see now I am on the outer edge of that foot. So even there, that's a different choice I've made. I can have my arms extended like this, or I can rest on one or both blocks like that. And the hip may continue to open and settle, and just surrendering to breathing and gravity here. And we're going to take our time to come out nice and slowly. So just think of a real slow motion rewind. Walking the hands or arms back in closer. Trying that right knee back towards center line. Eventually coming back so the sole of the foot is planted. Now once I get here and I have my wrists under my shoulders again, I'm going to scoot my left knee forward. It's going to make it easier to come out the rest of the way. So now my right foot is flat. I'm going to wiggle the foot back towards the hand and then bring the right hand back to the outside. So I'm back in my low lunge. Now let's curl the left toes under, press into the foot, lift the knee, runner's lunge, and just step the left foot forward to forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Other side, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Plant your hands, step your right foot back. Pardon me, let your right knee down. Uncurl your right toes. Can he reach his water from here? Yes. Wet my whistle. And start to set up and explore your other pigeon. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Wiggle the foot out by the edge of the mat. You can scoot the right knee back. Let the left knee tip to the left. See where your body wants to go. Listen to your hips. We're not forcing them down. We're inviting them to go where they want to go. Usually one side is not like the other. Maybe they feel pretty much the same, but that's not how it is for me. Your experience may vary. Most of us are right-handed or left-handed, though some aren't. Our ambidextrous friends. The dominant side of the body tends to be stronger. We all know that one. What we don't think about as often or as automatically maybe is that that stronger side tends to be tighter. Maybe it's counterintuitive. You think because you use it more, it should be less tight. But because we use it more, the muscles are bigger and there's maybe less room in that joint because of that difference in musculature. Maybe there's a undefinable tipping point there. X amount of movement will make it more open, and then X plus Y amount of movement makes it tighter. Who knows what X and Y are? Allow yourself to make any positional adjustments. Help your hip as it opens as much as it wants to. Take your time to start rewinding things. Lifting your torso, scooting your hands back, bringing your left foot flatter towards the middle, and bringing the right knee forward, and the left hand back outside of the left foot. Curl the right toes under. Press into your foot to lift your knee. Step your right foot forward next to your left foot. Now lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. And we'll play with some balancing next. If you like to step over by the wall or a piece of furniture to steady yourself when you balance, you can do so. With your hands by your heart, shift your weight from one leg to the other. Bring the weight into your left leg when you're ready. Raise your right knee. Open the gate of your hip. And bring your right foot to your left leg. Toes on the ground, heel on the ankle, sole on the calf, or place your foot on your thigh. Now maybe because you just did lizard, your tree will feel different today. I know my hips are quite open coming into this, and that makes it easier to keep my foot where I just chose to put it. You can keep your hands at your heart or let your arms and hands explore movement, explore other expressions. Explore what feels good in your upper body. What do your hands and your arms want to do? Maybe bind, maybe some stretching, maybe just playing with being as still as you can. You can start over anytime, change your mind anytime. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them to your heart again. Pivot your knee forward, let your foot down, shake things out. Yes, that was a controlled fall. It came out a little sooner than I meant to, and that's okay. Falling is part of our practice. When you're ready to do the other side, bring your hands to your heart, shift back and forth. When you're ready, bring the weight into your right leg. Lift your left knee. Open the gate of your hip. And bring your foot to your leg. And see what your arms and your hands want to do this time. Or what your mind wants to do, right? Bring your hands back to your heart. Bring your knee forward and let your foot down and shake things out. Come down and have a seat on the floor. Let's start our forward folds with the soles of the feet together and knees out to the sides. Big space between pelvis and heels. And then reach under or over your ankles and walk your hands forward on your mat. Let your neck disengage. Breathe into your back. Walk your hands back. Sit yourself up. Keeping the soles of your feet together, bring your heels in close. Interlace your fingers, hold your toes between your hands. Wriggle on your seat, tilting your pelvis forward, bringing the bones of the seat closer to the floor. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward with a long spine. Elbows may press down to the insides of the legs. Wherever the long spine stops lowering, then let your neck disengage again. Breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit up. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Lift your knees towards each other. Extend your legs down along the mat. Flex your feet back towards you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull down. Let your knees bend as much as they want to. Inhale, think of coming forward. Exhale, think of lowering down. Inhale, slowly walk your hands up the front of your legs and sit yourself up. Use your arms to nudge your legs apart. Walk your hands down the front of your legs as far as you can or as far as you want. Bring your left hand over by your right hand. Reach your right arm out, turn your head to the right. Point your thumb at the floor, pivot your arm. Reach the back of your hand towards your left hip. Peel your right shoulder back. Extend your arm. Point your thumb up. Swing that arm back over. Bring your right hand to your left hand. Bring your left hand back over to the left side. Bring your right hand over by your left hand. Reach your left arm out, turn your head to the left. Point your thumb down. Reach towards your right hip. Peel your left shoulder back. Extend your arm. Let that rotation in your arm go. Bring your left hand back to your right hand. Bring your right hand back over to the right side. Inhale, walk your hands up the front of your legs to sit up. Use your arms to nudge your legs back towards each other. Draw your knees up, plant your feet. Scoot forward towards your heels. Come down onto your back. If you like, place a block between your knees on the middle position. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale, lift your hips up to bridge pose. If you want deeper heart opening, clasp your hands, reach your knuckles towards your heels, wiggle your shoulder blades in towards each other. If you're clasping your hands, let them go. Exhale, slowly lower down. Float up and down a few times at your own pace. Inhale as you go up, and exhale as you come down. And next time you lower your hips, pause, let them rest on the floor. Inhale, raise your arms up and let them come back and down so your arms are up above your head. Just take a couple breaths there. Exhale, float your arms forward and down by your hips. Now we can add a block here. You can hold a block between your hands on the long position and rest it on the other block or rest it on your knees. We're going to add that arm movement to the hip movement for a floating bridge. Inhale, lift your hips, float your arms up and back. Exhaling, lower your hips, float your arms forward and down. Continue at your own pace. Go as slowly as you want. Go as high as you want. Maybe challenge yourself with the muscular control and try to time touching down on the ground at the same time that your hands touch down on your knees. You can also, if you want to, pause at the top of the movement, another way to challenge yourself, or maybe it just feels good to pause at the top. Maybe it feels good to pause at the bottom. And I've set up too close to the wall. I keep bumping into the wall with my hands in my block. But the next time you exhale and lower down, be the last one. And let's take a supported bridge. Lift just your hips, slide the block under your sacrum, come down to rest on your block. Just allowing the center of your body to relax against that support beneath it. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale, lift your hips. Remove the block from underneath. Exhale slowly, lower down. Take a little pause. Move your blocks out of the way. Draw your knees towards your chest, hug your knees. Rock and roll, massage your back against the floor. Grab your strap. Run it. Run your strap under your feet with one end in each hand. Reach your arms and legs up. Point your toes at the ceiling. Point them down towards your face. Let your feet relax and slide them apart. Slide them back together. Take your right foot out of the strap. Press the back of your right leg against the floor. Flex your right foot back towards you. Reach your left arm to the side. Palm up. Draw your leg to the right and turn your head to the left. Try to keep your shoulders rounded. And we'll hang out here for a minute. See what happens over the next several breaths. Use the strap to guide your leg to where it wants to be. Maybe you want to disengage. Maybe you want to guide your leg over further. Bring it all back to center. Take the strap in your left hand. Press your right hand down on the front of your right hip. Let your arm and your leg fall open to the left. Nice and easy. Come back to center. Raise your right leg, step into the strap. Take your left foot out, press your left leg down. Reach your right arm to the side. Draw your leg to the left and turn your head to the right. Bring it all back up through center. Switch hands on your strap. Press down on the front of your left hip. Let your limbs come over to the right. Very gently come back up to center. Lift your left leg, draw your knees in, set your strap aside. Reach your feet up. Reach your hands up to grab your feet or your legs and play with bending and straightening your limbs. If you prefer some other inversion to this happy baby pose, invert however you are called to do so. Whenever you feel complete with inverting, you can make your way to your final resting posture. Maybe simply focus on your breath or reflect on a personal intention you had for this practice today. Focus on something else of your choosing or not really focus at all. Start to give yourself some deeper breaths. And begin moving around bit by bit. Letting your movements gradually get bigger. Take your time when you're ready for bigger movements to gently sit up. Bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you for sharing the practice today. The light within me sees and honors the same light within you. Namaste. Have a great weekend, everyone. Hope to see you next week.